Okay guys, welcome back to my page. So today we're going to be working on this crop top using this Lily Sugars and Cream yarn in the color Hot Orange. It's a weight 400% cotton yarn, and I'm using a 5.50 millimeter hook. So we're going to start off with a slip knot as usual, waiting for me to find the yarn. So here's our slip knot. And now for the chain, I chained 80. This is for a 1X. So, but if you are not a 1X, you are going to chain the amount of chains you need to reach one side of your back to the next side of your back. Now if you wanted this smaller, you could do it from one rib cage to the next. It's just your preference. I wanted mine to reach somewhat in the back of my back, so I chained 80. So but your chains are going to determine how big your shirt needs to be to reach from one side of your back to the next. Okay guys, so once you chain the amount of chains you need to reach from one side to the next side, you're gonna do two more chains for the turning chain, and then you're gonna yarn over, and you're gonna half double crochet for this whole first row. So once we have double crochet for that first row, we are going to chain 2, and now you're following my stitches. I chained 80. Now for this row, we are going to decrease. So when we decrease, we skip that first chain in a row, and then we have double crochet into the next. We are going to have double crochet for 37 stitches. Now if you did not do 80 chains and the amount of chains you did, make sure they are an even number. So you're going to subtract 6 from that number and then divide that number by 2, and then that's the amount of chains that you need to have double crochet for the first side. So now I'm going to have double crochet for 37. I'm going to actually write this out in the description box, just so that you guys have a written pattern for this. But yeah. Okay, so here I'm counting to make sure I have the right number of stitches that I need. So now I'm going to chain 1 and I'm going to skip 2 chains. Now this is the subtract 6 chains that we took out of the row. So now I'm going to do 3. You could either do 3 half double crochets or 3 double crochets. For this first row, I did 3 half double crochets, but it's all up to you. So I did 3 half double crochets in the first chain. I chained 1, and then I went to the next chain and did 3 more half double crochets. After you do that last cluster of 3 half double crochets, you're going to chain 1. I think I was talking to my daughter. You're going to chain 1. You're going to skip 2 chains. And then you're going to yarn over and you're going to half double crochet for the rest of this row. Okay, so now we are chaining 2, and we are going to decrease. I'm so sorry, I meant to tell you guys that you should have decreased at the end too. So you know how at the beginning when we chained 3 we skipped the first chain and went into the second? You should do that for the last one too. I'm gonna show you here just because I didn't show you at the end of the first one, but this row we did decrease 2. So my decrease is chain 2. We're going to skip the first chain and go into the second. So now here I'm half double crocheting until I get to that chain 1 space. In that chain 1 space we're going to do a cluster of 3 double crochets, chain 1, 3 double crochets. So just keep check. Okay guys, so we're almost at that that cluster chain 1 space. So before we hit that chain 1 space, we're going to chain 1 in the last stitch before that, and then we're going to do 3 double crochets into that chain 1, 3 double crochets, and then we're going to chain 1 again, and then we're going to have double crochet into the next chain. going to show you here. So I'm showing you that's what it should look like so far. And now we're going to chain 1, yarn over, and half double crochet into the next working chain. And now we're going to half double crochet up until you have 2 chains left on your row, and then you're going to skip that chain and half double crochet into the last chain. We're just decreasing, so we're making sure that we decrease at the beginning of the row and at the end of the row. Okay guys, we're back at the end of the same row, and I'm about to show you here how I decrease, just in case anybody really doesn't understand me when I'm explaining. But I skipped the chain and I went right into that last chain. You see how it's pulling together? So now I'm going to chain 3, and I'm basically going to do this same thing over and over again. Decrease it in the beginning and in the last, making sure that I do a cluster in every row in that chain 1 space. So you should keep doing this until you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, until you have 11 clusters in the middle. So that will be 11 rows, honestly. So until you do 11 rows of decreasing with the clusters. You're gonna keep going until you have 11 decrease rows with clusters in the middle. Okay guys, so I'm back and I completed one side already because I wasn't sure of what I wanted to do, but you will come back here once you have 11 clusters in the middle. So I'm going to show you what I did for this side on the other side. So here I'm just tying off I end up changing this a little bit, but I'll explain to you at the end once I show you this side. So now I'm just going to attach my yarn to the end of this row. That's how much yarn I have left, and that's one ball. And let me see if I can find the paper. I can't find the paper, so not sure how many yards is in one ball, but I chained 2, and I'm going to continue decreasing, but the thing is we're going to stop at the cluster, and we're also going to decrease. So instead of going all the way across adding clusters, we're just doing one side. So we're decreasing on the beginning of that row and on the end, with this end is next to the cluster. So now we're going to do that back and forth for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 rows. Okay, so I'm back and I finished the 8 rows of decreases. So now I'm just going to go up without decreasing at all for 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 4 rows, 3 rows. Sorry, for 3 rows. Now I'm going to explain this a little more. I'm going to actually insert a picture once I show you these 3 rows that I did. But I basically started to decrease again until it was at 2, only 2 stitches on the row. And then I kept going until it was, till I did 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 11 rows of just 2 stitches on a row, and then I slip stitch and made 1 stitch, and then I chained 100. This is to complete the back. Now this is optional. You could just reattach your chain into the top of the chain, the last row in that row, and then chain 100, and then crisscross in the back like that. But I decided to make like little straps, and that is totally optional. Totally optional. So it's up to you. This is basically the end of the video. And thank you guys so much for watching. Please like, subscribe, and share. And I'll see you guys in my next video. If you have any questions, please comment down below. I literally answer every question that you guys leave. So please ask questions. I'm here to help. So thank you guys so much again. Please like and share and subscribe. Thank you guys. Bye.